motives, what am I thinking? What are you thinking? What's to be done? Who needs a motive? I won't be defeated, they don't want to see it, don't want to believe it, but no one won't stop to the most even. I'm close to achieving my goals, I'm needing to show them everything that I believe in.
I ain't here to fight, Phil.
I got everything to lose.
Cheat codes, I'm flattered, but I don't need those.
I ain't playing by the rules. I ain't playing with you. Show you what these hands are doing. I ain't playing with you. Keep playing, I'ma show you what these hands are doing. Hold up. Beautiful tragedies happen, one for the evening. No umbrella can shelter the way I storm on your weekends. I'm not interested, I wanna form an allegiance. I'm simply captivated on how you more my achievements. One screw away from feeling I'm gonna lose it. So who's to blame if I cultivated a movement? Stupid claims I'm a lunatic and I'm clueless, but you'll rule the day when I'm doing this for amusement. Preparation is opportunity, yes. Being great is ambiguity, yes. Too much at stake for your foolery, this a test. Keep on hating, it's fuel to me, I ain't stressed. You gonna stop me? Well, ain't that so? Ain't nothing gonna block me from the pain I know. You have no other choice but to watch me reap the flames I grow. You probably think that I'm ungodly, but I ain't that though.
But I ain't here to fight, Phil.
I got everything to lose.
Cheat codes, I'm flattered, but I don't need those.
I ain't playing by the rules. I ain't playing with you.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Miami Dolphins. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Miami. And he'll elect not to run with it, and a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. And Jennings will go in motion right. And now a fake on the jet sweep, and instead they'll give it to McCaffrey. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Purdy now to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick 6, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield to make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Raheem Mostert from 13 yards out. And the Dolphins take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a pickup of 6. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. There'll be a lot of chatter right now because they've seen.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. So here's a 3rd and 14. Here's Purdy. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll go for it. Here's Purdy. That is caught. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. That one caught by Ross Dwelling. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Purdy. And that is incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown, they got the stop, and now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the Niners are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. That time, Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Purdy looking to throw. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Well, there jet sweep to start the drive. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On third and long, it's Tagovailoa. Eluding the pressure right. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They'll go. Achane. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins are able to stretch out their lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offense.
And this is going to be intercepted.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter. But you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Purdy completes this one here to McCaffrey. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
On first down, Purdy connects with Kittle underneath. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown. Brandon Ayuk. A 24-yard touchdown. And the 49ers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. His throw incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Play action. Now it's Tua. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown on a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
Here's 2nd and 3. Now Purdy. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Now, they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and a yard. A run with Mostert up the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. Javon Hargrave there on the stop.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
To his throw, caught by his receiver Hill. And they'll get this down to the 10. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Here's Mostert.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Tua sets up to pass it. Throw to the right, taken in by Barrios. And he is out of bounds here. They are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down.
Great job here by this defense. They try to bring the receiver from one side of the field to the other, hoping he'll get lost in the wash. But a really nice job there to make a quick tackle and force 4th and goal.
And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. They gave it to him in search of his 3rd touchdown, but he's denied. And this 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And he just throws this one away. That was a bit strange, and here comes the flag. We saw it too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
And this will be taken at the 13. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On 2nd down, Mostert.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run here with Mostert.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So, boy, that's already the 3rd they burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the 4th quarter.
Tua going to throw. And he completes it to Barrios. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 40. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now Waddle on the jet sweep. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
2nd down and 3. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown.
So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they forced the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they do so now in a tie ball game following the safety a moment ago as he'll get a chance to put together a drive here to take the lead. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
75 yards rushing now from Mostert as he picks up a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Up the middle they go with Mostert.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
2nd down, here's Mostert again.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. They'll come up now. 2nd and 9. Tua. Once again, it's Mostert.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
Here we go. This is 4th down. Here's Tua. They'll try it now with Mostert.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Throwing Tua.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Now Tua from the gun, a run with Mostert.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
An important one here, no doubt. 3rd and 4. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert.
And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
That's complete right around the 8.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
They'll come up now on second down. Tua. Out route to Hill, complete.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. So it all rests now on the right foot of Jason Sanders. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And this one is right through. So add 3, all told, after the safety, it's a 5-point swing. And that could have turned out much worse.
Well, you don't want to say no harm, no foul, but I do believe you're right. A 9-point swing hurts. 5 points, much more manageable, especially in a tight game like this.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. To throw is Purdy. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.
Never leave the house without the pack. Where my at? Take an L and try to double back. We ain't doing that. Say she mad, but I know it's cap. I've been through with that. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. 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 I ain't got it, but they hands to the ceiling. I ain't palm reading, but I got them in they feelings, yeah. Ain't vanilla ice, but I'm iced out chillin'. Was the good guy till they made me the villain. Was gonna get a room, but they gave me a villa. I got Game Sports Center. 20 bands for the dinner. 20 dips in a sprinter. What's a 2 up, 2 up, 2 up, 2 up? Never been afraid to play my cards. What's a risk to a winner? Barely hang out with these days. What's a lame to a real one? Never leave the house without the pack. Where my at? Take an L and try to double back. We ain't doing that.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis.
Today we've got an NFC